Thanks, mate. Cool. Thank you. How we doing? All right? Cool. Now, I'm originally from Darwin, so as I mentioned, I moved down here from Melbourne after building up my network on Twitter. So I'm feeling a little bit homesick, guys, so I wonder if you guys could help me out, and we're going to do a Darwin greeting to make me feel at home. Is that cool? Yep. All right, everyone stand up. It's the first bit of the lesson. Okay, so the Darwin greeting, it's traditional Darwin, so if you go to Darwin now, you're not going to see this until you meet someone who's lived and born and bred in Darwin. And this is how it's spelt, and you've got to get it right. It's W-O-I-I-B-R-U-S-S-S exclamation mark. And the exclamation mark is very important, all right? And it's pronounced as Woibras, okay? And it sounds so weird, but I tell you, us old school Darwinians, we'd be walking around in Darwin and we'll try to get someone's attention. And we'll say, hey mate, hey mate, hey mate. And they'd just ignore you, they'd keep going. And then a minute you go, Woibras! They stop and they turn around, they look at you. All right, so that's what we're going to do today. We're going to do the Woibras. All right, on the count of three, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. Woibras! Not bad. I reckon we could do better. Because why? Because we're Manningham Business Network. All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Woibras! That's not bad, but you've got to feel it in your belly, all right? Let's try that. Deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Woibras! Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, guys. I feel at home now, and let's get started. Alrighty, so how to turn social media into serious dollars? It's a question that I've been asking myself ever since I started the social media game, and I want to share the answer with you, right? So today we're going to do three things. I'm going to help you answer three fundamental questions. And this is it took me 4 years to understand this, because the minute you say you're in social media, people run to you and think Facebook or run to you and think Twitter, right? But I'm more interested in not the technology, but I'm really interested in why people use it and how it's used. Does that make sense? Yep. So today's presentation is a little bit different. So I'm going to walk you through these three questions, and by stepping through them, I'm hoping you'll get an idea for your own businesses what to do and how to transform social media into serious dollars for your own business. So the first question I want you to think about is, why do I need to think about social business? Now remember I said social media is connotationally like Facebook and Twitter and things like that. Social business is where things start to get a little bit interesting. And I want you guys to shift your mindset into thinking not about Facebook and Twitter and things like that, but the concept of social business. And I'm going to run you through that too. The second thing is, how do I use social media to achieve my business goals? There's so many people out there with 1,000 fans on their Facebook page, and I say, how many sales did you get out of that? And they say, none. And I thought, what a waste, what an absolute waste. So I want you guys to be focused on social business and using social media to achieve your business goals. Does everyone here have a business goal? 4 of you, brilliant, come on. What's going on? It's the start of the year, we should be rocking it. Okay, and the last but not least, I want you guys to leave here with something that you can do immediately in your own business to actually get you started on social media. Is that cool? All right, now first thing I want to do is actually bust a myth. People think social media is about the technology. It's not about the technology, right? And I've got a crazy story to share with you. And the story is my parents, mum and dad. Well, who else are your parents, right? Mum and dad are the most technologically illiterate people. I was trying to think of a good word there to describe them without disrespecting my parents. But they're most technology illiterate people. I mean, they come from a world of dinosaurs and abacuses, you know, abacuses, right? And I love them to death, but my God, do they frustrate me with technology. And there's this one story of, that really illustrates this point. Mum rings me up one day and she's pretty freaked out. She runs her own business much like all of us. And she rings me up and she says, "Son, I've lost my phone. I don't know what to do." I say, "How are you calling me?" She goes, "Oh, I'm on the business phone." Okay, cool. And where did you leave it? You ask the dumbest questions, don't you? I mean, if she knew where she left it, right, why would you ask that, right? So anyway, I said, "Where did you leave it?" She goes, "I don't know. When did you last have it?" "Yesterday." So we keep talking, and I said, "All right, look, let me try and call the phone and find out if it's still around or if the SIM card's out or maybe the battery's dead. Maybe we'll get lucky and find the phone." "Yeah? All right, I'm being the good son." So I put the phone down and I ring the phone, and it rings. And there's no dead battery or anything, and there's a SIM card still in it. So, I call her back and said, "Look, I found the phone." right? Except Dad answers. So my dad's a character, I tell you. So Dad answered the phone. He goes, hello. I said, Dad, it's me. Who? Your son, right? Your son. Oh, okay, yes. What do you want? Do you want money? No, I don't want money. Listen, Mum said that she needs a new phone, but I've actually found the phone. And he goes, where? In Melbourne? I said, no. They both live in Darwin, right? No. Listen, I rang the phone, and it still answers. So maybe if you ring it, you might be able to find it, because it might just fallen down the side of the car, or maybe it's in her purse, and something like that. And he says, thank goodness you found the phone, because she asked me to go out and get a new phone, and I don't know why, because she took a call in the car this morning. I said, what? What do you mean? She took a call in the car this morning. She had a conversation with someone rang her. I said, well, what do you mean? Like, someone rang her if she's missing her phone? What happened? Where were you guys? No, we were driving to work, and everything was okay. And I said, well, how did she answer the phone? She hit some bloody button on the dashboard, I don't know. And the little blinker lights came on, I don't know, I was like, Dad, the phone's in the car. The phone's in the car. He goes, thank God for that. I will have another look, because, she was really worried, because people can't keep ringing the car the whole time, to get at her, right? You guys know Bluetooth? That story sums up, it's not about the technology, it's about how you use it. Gets better. So I ring up Mum and say, Mum, I found your phone. Where? In Melbourne? No, it's in the car. Son, it's not in the car. I had a look in the car, it's not there. I said, Mum, it's in the car. You answered the phone in the morning. And she goes, okay, but I still don't believe it's definitely not in the car. And I said, it is in the car. No, it's not. Yes, it is. And finally, she says, okay, I've looked everywhere. And I said, why don't you, now I'm getting my accents confused. When you talk to parents, like you switch over to their, anyway. Anyway, so I asked her, look, get my little niece, who's staying with her, to reach in behind the seat and find the phone, right? And she goes, okay, I will try, but it's definitely not there. I said, it is, it's not. Anyway, you get the idea. That night I ring her up, say, Mum, did you find the phone? She goes, yes, I did. I said, where was it? It was in the car. I said, whereabouts? Under the seat. I said, how did you get at it? I asked your niece to have a look with her small hand. So is everything good? Yes, but I want a new phone. Far out. A week later, it gets better, right? A week later, she rings up and goes, ha, and she sounds a bit different. Ha, I've got a new phone. I said, what did you get? It's an iPhone. I am more technologically advanced than you. I said, really? Which iPhone did you get? I don't know these things. It's not about the technology, guys. It's about how you use it when the clicker wants to work. Oop. It's about how you use it. And just on that story, like something really so simple as Bluetooth connectivity, but people don't really quite understand it. And unless you understand how everything works, you're never going to get the most out of it. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right, cool. So let's keep going. Now, because people don't quite understand it, I want to actually teach you guys two metaphors that really help me on stage communicate with what social media is and this whole concept of building a community. Have you guys heard that? You've got to build a community around your business? Yeah, a few of you have heard that. What the hell does that mean? So what I want to do is give you two quick metaphors that you will understand this, and better yet, you'll be able to explain it to anyone who asks you when you're building a community. Is that cool? You guys still awake? All right. Give me a word brush. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. All right, let's go. All right, so the first thing is this notion of building a community. How many of you guys go to networking events? You're at one now. Come on, guys. How many of you guys do networking? Yeah? All right, all of you. Good. Can you imagine going to a networking room yourself, you pay some money, you come to you see some speaker, and you network, and you swap cards and everything like that. You build up your networks and everything like that. Building a community around your products and services is like you having your own private network. It's like you building your own room and filling it full of your best customers, right? For example, Peter, if I could get a room for you and fill it with your best customers, who would they be? They
would be probably small to medium businesses.
SMEs. Done, you're in the right room. So that's what I mean, you own the room. right? And how this works is amazing. Like, I remember one day I rocked on up to this bar in Darwin, and the place was packed out. It was absolutely packed out. I thought, what's going on here? Big function, celebrity in the house? And no, I ran into one of my clients, and I said, what the hell are you doing here? Did you come here for dinner and stuff? She goes, no, I'm just having the Christmas party. And I said, what, Christmas party? Where'd you find the room? She goes, no, these are all my friends. These are all my fans. I said, what? What do you mean? These are all my customers. I said, my God, there would have been maybe around 500 people in there. Absolutely amazing. So it can be done, but you've got to build your own room, yeah? So that's what I mean. I'm going to refer to as building a community around your products and services. I mean, you guys know the networking events you love. You guys know going there and what you get out of it. If you can replicate that, your own room, online, it's powerful stuff. Okay, the second metaphor is that when people sort of say, right, well, what do you mean by a social media strategy? Like, why the hell do I need a strategy, right? The metaphor there is that picture you're on a desert island. You guys know these guys, Gilligan's Island? All right, cool, yeah. Imagine you're on a desert island. It's just you and your staff. And if you are a solopreneur, you're alone on that island. So you're on this desert island and you need to get off it because 100 kilometers away is the mainland and there's your best customers on the mainland. But you're stranded on this desert island and you've got no idea, but you know you need to go over there and get your best customers because they're all waiting for you. So you and your staff are sitting on this desert island, and then you start noticing, hey, what if we build a raft? What if we build a raft? All right, cool, let's build a raft. All right, what do we need? We need some wood. Let's get some wood. All right, and you get some wood. What else do we need? We need some palm fronds as rope. All right, and you try to build the shakiest looking raft in the world because you need to go get your customers, yeah? So you put it all together and you put it out to sea and you try to make it float and it sinks. Right? And someone on your team's like, don't worry, we'll try again, and you're just really ticked off or whatever. No, this will never work, and you get a bit upset, right? But you try it again because you got to get those customers, yeah? What happens if you don't get the customers? You go out of business. That's fundamental business basics. So you try again, you build another raft, and then you try to float, and this time it floats a little bit further, and you think, yeah, this is awesome, and then it sinks. And then you try it again. But this time, you notice there's a bottle washed up on the shore, and you open it up, right? And inside's a little message that says, here's how you build a raft, except the bottle leaked and you only got like a quarter of instructions. So you try with those instructions, and then you try to build this raft, and it goes a little bit further, but it sinks again. And that is how most people try to do their social media marketing. They jump on Facebook or they jump on Twitter and they do a little bit and they try to get their, those customers out there. But they go a little bit further. And you've got to see how I illustrate this in a second, but they go a little bit further and they sink. They sink miserably, right? And that's ridiculous. The metaphor that I'm going to give you my social business plan, right? And the metaphor in this context is that I'm walking up to you, or I'm sailing up to you in my catamaran and giving you a blueprint that actually tells you exactly how to build a boat. Not a raft, not a shaky raft, nothing like that. A solid boat pointed in the right direction to get you where you're going. Does that make sense? All right, good. So let's get started. First of all, I want to show you something. Why do I need to think about social business? Now, you guys probably can't really see this. I'll try and do it here so maybe you can have a look. Okay, there's this thing called the law of social media returns. This is time. This is returns. All right, here's how most businesses do their social media. Oh, we need to be on Facebook. All right, well, what does that mean? Just put up a profile page, put up a couple of pictures. Sweet. Get some likes. Oh, wow, we're getting some likes. All right, let's get some more likes. All right, cool. Let's email our customer database because we've told mum and dad, we've told our friends, we've told our family that we're in business and we have a Facebook page. All right, let's go. Now things are getting excited. All right, what do we do now? Let's post some content. All right, let's post some content. We're getting likes. We're all excited. Let's post more content. Let's post more content because we need content. And all of a sudden, you reach this point. And one of two things will happen. One, you'll continue posting content and you'll just die on Facebook. And that's how you get ghost towns. Have you guys seen Facebook business pages that have like 12 likes and nothing else going on? Someone's posted in 2008 There's so many of them. Or you'll get smart and start to think in terms of social business, and you'll skyrocket up all of a sudden. There's two futures here, A and B, all right? Future A are those people trying to build a raft, trying to get off the island, trying to get to their customers, but they got no idea. Future B is when they actually think about it and use the principles of social business to actually leverage social media to achieve their business goals. To leverage social media to achieve your business goals. Not about a profile, not about tweeting randomly about all sorts of garbage. Specifically focus structure and strategy, right? To give you an idea of how bad a problem this is, Australian SMEs, last year's census released a report, Australian SMEs waste $9 million a year trying to get on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, whatever, but they don't have a strategy and they don't test and measure the results. That's how big a problem this is. So you guys need to think in terms of social business. And the benefits of social business, some of the benefits are, one, you can build your brand quicker than any other method. Any other method. You know, you can advertise on radio and whatever, but you know, the quickest way to build your brand is to build that room. Build the room on all these different platforms. Second thing is you can establish partnerships, right? Third thing is it can give you critical pre-sales meetings insight. How many of you guys do sales, like actually go in there and need to get a sale? All of you should be raising your hand up because you're all in business. Thank you. So it can do that for you. It can help you innovate your products and services better than your competitors, because you can go and have a look at what your competitors are doing and think, all right, if they're doing that, I can do this. And boom, you can take advantage of the markets. You can increase your customer acquisition and retention while reducing costs. This is huge because if you spend, I don't know, say $10,000 on Yellow Pages, radio, you know, TV marketing and all that, yeah, you can, or you can, for a fraction of that, jump on and leverage social media and combine it with your radio ads. You can combine it with things. It's about really integrating social media into your existing marketing plan. Remember, guys, we're building the room, yeah? Yeah? Woybras? 1, 2, 3. Oh, that was weak as. Come on. Let's go again. 1, 2, 3. Better. All right, let's keep going. And the best bit, and this is what I love, it's connect with people you could not normally get access to. It'll open doors for your salespeople, right? And my best case study for that is this fella here, Tony Robbins. And that's a bit cheeky how I got Tony Robbins' attention in bed in 15 minutes. I'm sorry, that slide came from someone called the Bra Queen, and it suited her audience. So anyway, let me tell you how I got Tony Robbins' attention. Just to put it into context, right? This guy is huge around the world, and he's one of my idols as a professional speaker. Like, I want to speak on stage with him one day. It's my dream to do that, right? On average, it takes him, all his business partners, because he's got so many around the world, it takes him on average around 5 years to even get a meeting with them, right? To even get a meeting with them. I got his attention in 15 minutes in bed. How I did that was, I woke up one day and I pulled open my phone. Girlfriend jumped in the shower, and so I was like, yeah, what do you do, you know, when shower's being used? So yeah, I'll have a look at my tweets. And Tony Robbins had tweeted something, his latest video. All right, Tony Robbins tweeted his latest video, and what happened there was he said, hey, here's my new video. Have a look. All his fans, I think he's got, you know, a few thousand fans. So I went and had a look. I'm in bed on my iPhone and I had a look, and I couldn't see the video. Why? Because the technology he used was not compatible with iPhones. So I sent him a tweet. I said, hey Tony, I hope you realize that you cannot be seen, your message cannot be seen by 14 million people around the world because of the technology that you use to get your message out there. Let me know if I can help you, because I have an idea for you. Threw the phone down, went off, had my shower. I come back. And there's this message here waiting for me. Is this your company? If so, or if not, do you have a phone number and email my tech people could call and get guidance? Tony. This guy's like my idol, right? I picked up the phone, I was like, all right, who's screwing with me? Really, who's screwing with me? But no, it's for real, right? Now, why did that message work? It's because I knew him. I knew what was important to him, and he is most passionate about taking his message out to the biggest audience that he could in the world. And by him and me telling him that you couldn't get 14 million people around the world could not see him, got his attention. 5 years, 15 minutes. That's what I mean. If you leverage the power of social media and you learn how to use it properly, it's like really powerful. Cool? All right, let's keep moving. So that's why I want you guys to think about shifting your mindset to social business, right, instead of social media. Does that make sense? All right, let's go. 1, 2, 3, Woibras. Who said yes? Come on. Come on, let's go. 1, 2, 3. Woibras. Good, let's keep moving. All right, how do I use social media to achieve my business goals? All right, remember how I said you got to stop playing around with social media? You can't do your Facebook and your Twitter and all that other garbage. You got to be targeted, focused, strategic. So let me give you 4 models. Well, it's 4 models, but really the 3 models that I want you to pay attention to are like this, right? The first model, all of you guys know this one, right? This one's called the blah, blah, blah model. Look at my shoes, look at my food, look at whatever. You know, blah, blah, blah. Have you guys seen that? Yeah? All right, a few of you have seen that. That is social media, okay? And probably about 90% of businesses here in Australia do that because they just think, oh, that's what it's meant to do. It's a social communication platform. Yeah, you can do that. That's fine. And in fact, you do need a little bit of blah, blah to show you're human, right? But where things get more interesting is when you go into the arena of social business. The next model up there is called the network connectivity model. And it's about using social media. If you do just one thing and you use social media to connect with people, that's a way of doing things. Every time you hop on your computer and you jump on your social media, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, whatever, and you use it to connect with people, you're using the networking model, the network connectivity model, right? And technically speaking, that's how I got Anthony's attention, Tony Robbins' attention, using the network connectivity model. Things start to get more interesting after that when you get what's known as the brand experience model. If I were to come up to each of you and I sit down one-on-one and I say, tell me about your business. Tell me about your business and what you do and how you can help me solve my problem. And you would sit there, we'd have a cup of coffee, and you'd talk to me, and you'd tell me about how you can help me with that particular problem. Yeah? All right, good. I'm going to get an experience out of that meeting. I'm going to get an experience, and then I'm actually going to walk away and either buy your products and services, or it's not the right time for me yet. Okay? But that experience is gold. If you can make that one-on-one customer experience gold, you know you've got the sale. Have you ever sat with a customer and you thought, yeah, they're going to sign? Have you ever had that? When you use the brand experience of social media marketing, you take that one-on-one experience and you infiltrate all your marketing material, your website, your flyers, your radio, your TV, everything with that experience. Think about the conversations you'd have sitting one-on-one. That's the brand experience model. I've got a client of mine that's a racetrack. They don't care about networking or blah, blah. They wanted to give people an online experience of everyone who came through their track, right? That's the brand experience model. Is that starting to make sense now? A bit more structured? Yep, cool. And last but not least, which is what everyone loves, is what I call the social commerce model, where you build a community around your products and services, build that room, yeah? And you convert those people in the room to leads, and then finally to dollars. And the community will keep generating you leads, leads will come back into your community, and then you have a sales process built into it somewhere along the line that'll convert into serious dollars, right? And the acronym I use that is FRI, frequency, reach, and yield. The 3 ways to grow a business, right? 3 main ways are sell more to your existing customers, get more leads, or increase your fees, increase your prices and all that, and get more out of your current thing. That's a perfect example of that FRI model, frequency, reach, and yield, because you can reach those 100 customers out on the mainland if you're on that island. So those are the 4 models of social media, but this is the blah blah model that everyone's doing up here. But if you strategically target your stuff, things start to get a lot interesting, and all of a sudden you start to see the benefits of social business. Does that make sense? Cool. Right, ready for question number 3? 1, 2, 3, Woi Bruss? All right, let's go. What can you do to get started right away? All of you, I've never met a person who hasn't done this, have already got amazing content already for all your social media platforms. I don't know if you guys have heard, but people say, content, 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 you need to have content, you know, but where the hell do you come up with content? You're busy running your business, paying bills, dealing with your other half, asking you why aren't you at home more, things like that, right? All of you have got content deep inside of you, and I want to give you my 10 by 10 content formula right now. Okay, it's very simple. How many of you, who's a new business here? All right, good. You guys have been in business a while? All right, cool. During your time in business, someone somewhere must have come up and asked you a question, a frequently asked question. Yeah? Okay, good. And you answer them. And so during your time in business, surely you would have had 10 frequently asked questions. Things that people normally ask a lot, right? If you write down those 10 questions and you write answers for them, all of a sudden you have 10 pieces of content on there, magically. The second 10 that you should be asking are you should be asking questions. So someone will come up to you and they'll ask you the dumbest question in the world, right? Something like that. For me, it's how do I get on Facebook? Okay, well, you go to facebook.com and you sign up and whatever. But a question that you should be asking is, what do you want to get out of social media? Why do you even want to be on Facebook? It's that intellectual thinking that you can instill in your customers that make them think, oh, this person knows what I'm talking about, really. It's that interesting thing. And so all of a sudden you've got 10 frequently asked questions, then you've got 10 answers, and you've got 10 should be asked questions, and 10 should be asked answers. That's 20 pieces of content right there that you can turn into blog posts, you can put that out on Twitter, you can put it out on Facebook, you can put it in your marketing, you can do it on the radio, TV, whatever, right? 20 pieces of content. If you release one a month, you're good for just under 2 years. I'm bad with maths. Cool. That was a bad with maths thing. Anyway, so that's what that's all about, right? And here's the magic. Here's the magic. When you put the two together, right? And so people come up to me and say, hey, how do I get on Facebook? Well, you go to facebook.com, you sign up, put in your profile and picture and all that, and it's very easy. If you need more help, you can go on Google. But probably a better question that you should be asking is, why do you want to use social media? Why do you want to do this? Why do you want to do that? Is that easy to string that through? Yeah? I mean, most of you who take corporate meetings, you probably do that already. You know, you'll go in there with a client or customer that doesn't really quite understand stuff, and you'll help them. You'll shape their thinking, you know. For instance, your business is sound. How many times do you meet a client or a customer that comes up to you and goes, yeah, I need to mic this whole room up because, you know, we need microphones. We need microphones everywhere. We've got 10 speakers and this and that. And you'll go, hang on a second. What do you actually say? Okay, so what do you do with sound? Okay, cool. Do you ever have confusion? Someone will come up to you confused and you'll help them out? Right. There you go. See, so you're already doing this. Just didn't realize it. 20 pieces of content. Does that make sense, guys? Beautiful. Wow. There we go. Done. Is that all right? Cool. Now, I want to give you guys this. This is my social business plan. It's the model. This is the model that's actually going to get you off the island. Right? And I'm going to run through it real quickly because I want to leave here with you knowing exactly what you need to do. Does that make sense? Yeah? All right. 1, 2, 3. Woi Bruss? Woi Bruss. Beautiful. All right. First thing you need to do is you need to understand that we're in the new social economy. It's no longer the transaction economy. So you need to shift your thinking slightly if you want to be in business for the next 5, 10 years. Does anyone want to be in business the next 5, 10 years? All right. Good. First thing you need to do is understand things have changed. We're in the new social economy. The second thing is you need to analyze your market position. Derek, I just did a research report for you where I went in and I analyzed the crap out of your competitors. How big was that report? It was big, wasn't it? 27 pages. And was it useful? Cool. Analyze your market position. Third thing is your customer's biology, right? That's short for biopsychology. If you think about anything, anywhere, before you pull out your wallet or your purse to buy anything, you go through all these subconscious decisions, right? And you need to sort of understand what those subconscious decisions are and help people along the way. So you need to sort of understand your customer's biology. Second last is create your engaging content. And this is where most people get it wrong. They go, yes, you need content, I'll create some content, right? But if I talk to you about African snails, how many would you be interested in that? None of you. Why not? They're fascinating. Whatever. It's about finding content that'll really help your market move forward. Most businesses do it, you know. They got the me, buy my stuff now mentality, instead of finding out what's valuable to your customer, what's valuable to your networking group, things like that. And last but not least, you've got to test and measure your results. Because it's a $9 million problem in Australia. No one really cares how this stuff is working, so they invest a lot of money, time and energy into it. Why bother? Just test and measure everything. That way you can tweak, you can get performance. None of you said, all of you said you want to be in business in the next 5 years, right? Here's the plan to get you there. Now guys, my time's up, and how do we do? Is that all right? Webras. Webras, cool. Thank you for making me feel at home.
Hi, I'm Kate from Off the Page Marketing. Been listening to AJ here this morning at the Manningham Business Network February Open meeting. Taken away some really great insights from his presentation. I'm really looking forward to not blahing to my audience on Facebook anymore, and actually really connecting in and developing some meaningful relationships with people and building my community online. Having brekkie meetings presents a tough crowd for our speakers at Manningham Business Network, but AJ certainly brought a energy and liveliness to our meeting this morning. He got everyone up and everyone was energetic, they were engaged, and everyone had a really great time. So he certainly conquered the challenge of the breakfast meeting, which was great. So.
Hi, Peter Nash is my name. I'm a licensed inquiry agent or private investigator trading as absolute facts. I'm also the treasurer of the Manningham Business Network. Just enjoyed a really terrific morning with AJ presenting about social media. It was a fantastic presentation and he came out with some really good tips. As a result of AJ's presentation, I really do now realise that social networking is a way to forward my business. It's an imperative part of building the business into the future. If you want to be in business in 5 years' time, you have to get involved. AJ brought some terrific energy to the morning meeting, given it was a morning meeting and some very staid business people were in the room. However, he did fire them up and he gave an energetic and terrific presentation. All I can say is, Woi Brus.